Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and as I'm sure many of you guys know, there's a big kind of so-called crisis with Rolex watches right now, with really there being not enough at Rolex dealers, mainly steel sports watches. So today we're at JB Hudson Jewelers. They lent us these pieces for the purposes of this review, and we'll also be leaving links in the description to these watches and our Amazon store. Go check those out if you're interested. But so today we're going to be comparing the Rolex Explorer 1 and the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra. Now, we really believe that these two watches are very good kind of alternates from each other, just because on the Aqua Terra, well, really they're both round steel sports watches, not dive watches, simple design, simple dials. You get a date window, though, however, on the Omega, when you do not get one on the Rolex, that can either be seen as a positive or a negative, depending on kind of what your watch design preferences are, whether you want to keep it totally clean and knock the date out, or if you think the date's very useful and keep it in. And that's actually one of the reasons, though, I do still love the Omega, is because they put the date at 6 o'clock without a magnifier, so it's very unobtrusive to the dial, and it still keeps its symmetry. So overall, now, these watches are, I would say, though, right away, the Omega feels nicer. This is a brand new Aqua Terra. When this is a pre-owned Rolex Explorer, you're not getting the new Explorer 1 class, but this is still here. This is here at JB Hudson Jewelers for a price of $5,350, and this Aqua Terra is brand new for a price of $5,500. So just general feel of these two watches, I would say that the Omega just feels a lot nicer. You don't get a pressed metal clasp like you do on the Rolex. You do get a full bar, solid bar clasp, which feels much, much nicer than the pressed metal clasp of the Rolex. And it just feels like everything kind of moves together more nicely. You get a little bit added weight on this. I mean, it is a bigger size, but you actually can get a smaller size one of these. This is the 41 mil, but they do make other sizes. So if this is too big and you want more an Explorer size, you can get smaller Aqua Terras, which is a great option to have. Now, also going with options, the Omega is also obviously the better choice, just because you can pick between a wide variety of dial colors. You can get two-tone, you can get solid golden, you can get gray dial, you can get white dial, you can get this blue dial. You can really find whatever dial you really want. When on the Explorer 1 is the Explorer 1, you're only going to be able to get it in stainless steel with a black glossy dial. That's just how it goes. So if you're into more kind of customization, or you like more options, the Aqua Terra is definitely the one to look at in that department. So now the one thing is, I will say, between these two pieces, the Rolex is going to have, I guess, more prestige in the watch world. So if that's what you're looking for, if you want a brand that's just going to be able to be better than really anyone else in a watch that you're going to kind of wow people by saying them, I'd say the Rolex would be a little bit better of a choice, just because you get that Rolex brand name, and it is more well known. It has really a richer history than the Omega. Now, with regards to finish quality, I will say they're about the same. Being this is an older Explorer 1, I'd say the finishing quality is roughly the same. As I said, I think this feels nicer, but also the polishing and the brushing, I'd say, is about equal. When it comes to movement finishing quality, I would say the Omega actually might take it a little bit there. But, so, just going overall, actually, I'm going to move into the movements now. So the movement on the Omega is their new master coaxial movement, and I'm just going to take this sticker off the back here quick so I can show you guys. So it's their new master coaxial movement, and from that you get increased magnetic resistance. So you're getting actually a 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistant watch, and that is way more than really any other watch that I know out there. You're never really going to encounter magnetic fields greater than 15,000 Gauss. I mean, that's just so rare. You're never really going to have a problem with that, and I really like that they actually included that, just because it's a nice little feature where you don't have to worry about magnetism. And it is cool how they were able to do a magnetic resistant watch without necessarily putting a shield over the movement. They were actually able to make the movement out of parts that won't be affected by magnetism, which I really like. Shows that they really went the extra mile. And actually, even Rolex, like on the Milgauss, they simply do just add a kind of shield around the movement. They don't make the movement necessarily out of too many special parts, which is one definitely advantage over with the Omega. Now, the Rolex Explorer 1, you're getting just that classic Rolex movement. I mean, you're going to have no trouble with it at all. Nice sweeping second hand. Just will really never let you down. Very robust. Easily, there are a lot of Rolex certified, I guess, repair or servicing places, so you should have a very easy time finding people to service the movement for you. Omega, you're not going to have that much trouble you're not going to have that much more trouble finding places to service your movement. Again, very, very common as well. So between these two watches, I'd say really if you want to get a watch that's going to be, I guess, very high quality, but you don't want to spend necessarily a huge amount of money like getting a new Steel Sports Rolex, I'd say the Aqua Terra is a great and actually overlooked option. It's really one of the less noticed watches in Omega's collection. I don't really see why. The quality of it is absolutely perfect. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have the prestige or history of some of the other Omega models, and I'd say especially over the Rolex. But so if you really want more prestige and heritage to a piece, the Explorer 1 is definitely the best bet. But if you want a more watch that's more on the edge of watchmaking technology and is just going to give you, I'd say, more bang for your buck, go with the Omega. It's really going to do everything the Rolex can do. Plus, it's going to feel a little nicer. You just won't get that added history or heritage. With regards to resale, I will say the Rolex is definitely going to do better on resale. You can find these very cheap pre-owned, and I would actually suggest getting a pre-owned Aqua Terra. I wouldn't necessarily suggest getting a brand new one just because they do depreciate in value so much. When with the Rolex, even if you get a brand new one, the value is not going down really anytime soon unless there's a recession or anything. So Rolex's is definitely the better, I'd say your best bet if you just want a watch that will hold its value and you'll be able to sell it for basically what you paid for down the road. When the Omega, you're going to definitely need to go pre-owned to get a watch that will be close to that, and then even it still might lower in value eventually. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll remind you again, we'll be leaving links in the description to both of these watches as well as our Amazon store. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.